Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, I'm Matt. In the last video, we took the Cruze to the 1/8 mile and broke something in the transmission. Let's get it fixed and back up and running. Let's go. Well, there's our problem right there. Look at that. The thing's just broke clean off. Now the fun part, getting in there and welding something to it. All right, we got a new axle over here. Let's go ahead and stab that bitch in. Well, she is running awesome. Thank God it wasn't the transmission. Let me turn this radio down. Just taking her for a little bit of a test spin with good old Apollo here. After I had fixed the car, took it for a test spin, the MAF sensor went out on me. I've had the car relying on the MAF sensor as far as its air-fuel ratio goes. I do have the VE somewhat dialed in, so that's why the intake is missing. I went ahead and got rid of it. I'm going to do away with the MAF sensor. Plus the intake is just getting in the way of the VVT. I haven't been able to take advantage of that. And that's because I had to really kind of botch the solenoid for the VVT that was in the way of the intake. So I got some new solenoids on the way and we're just going to let that turbo eat. So moving forward in the video, I'm doing strictly VE tuning. Well, let's fire this thing up. Take it for a spin and do a little bit of tuning on the VE side of things. Get her back on the road and back in the action. Get her up to temp so we can start data logging. Make our changes and get her ready to do a little bit of racing. All right. Touch on the lean side, but we just need to get her up to temp. Almost there. I mean, for the most part, she's in the ballpark. Pretty sure I got this thing nice and dialed in, but we'll keep working on it. Just me making an excuse to drive it after all this time. It's really nice being able to drive this car after it's been sitting for practically 6 months, so we'll have some fun with it. All right, the driving aspect is down. Not a whole lot to do there. I'm going about 55. I'm gonna drop it down in third and give her the beans a little bit, see where she's at. So right now I have it set on gate. We got up to 15 pounds of boost. She's feeling a little laggy. Like she's not pulling like she normally does, which is odd. We'll have to go back and check the timing. I forgot where I left it. It might be really low and safe, which is fine by me, but well, fueling is just about dead nuts on. And this is an open loop, not closed loop, so there's no modification being made with the oxygen sensors. Yeah! I'm back! So where the hell have I been? I just want to thank all you guys for all your support, for helping me when I really needed it after my girlfriend Shannon passed away, my dad passed away. It certainly was a really difficult time, and it just took me some time to really kind of grieve. And so an understatement would be to say that my life has definitely changed, not necessarily for the worse or the better, it's just changed. The shop that I was really happy to get and kind of grow, not only my t-shirt business, but the YouTube side of things when it comes to doing vehicle stuff, cars, modifications, all that fun stuff. It was cool having that workspace, and after a couple of years of having that space and taking care of family, basically, those 2 years flew by. I didn't get the goals I wanted to accomplish there, and my lease ended and it went up by $1,000. I was trying to save the place, but I think in reality it was just kind of meant to be. So I closed down my shop, got this space in order to continue to work. I've drastically changed the way I make my living, in which I'm pretty much selling courses on what I was doing for a living, which was screen printing. So now I teach people that side of things. But how it pertains to you guys is I'm getting back at it. Also, it's just been really hot outside. I don't really care to work on the car in the beating down 105, 108 degree Houston heat. It was nice having that shop to actually be able to be in the shade, work on everything where I'm not out in the street or in the driveway. But I'm getting back after it. I need to put in a new transmission seal because that's leaking. I don't know what number I'm on here, but we're gonna go to the 8th mile, see if we can't break that record, do some more testing and tuning, take the thing over to the dyno. As I'm sitting here editing this video, I completely snoozed and left out a couple things. One are the struts that ZZP sent over. Thank you very much, guys. We're gonna install those, test them, not only at the drag strip, but also we'll find something cool to do, whether it's back roads or, dare I say, a circuit of some sort. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Two, we've got something on the way that involves some ball bearing. Zzz. That's all I'm gonna say for now, but back to it. I'm still working on tuning the thing myself. I know that some of you had mentioned down in the comments just to take it to a tuner, but you're never going to learn how to do things yourself if you're constantly paying someone to do it. And tuning really isn't that terrible. It's just those damn stock ECUs that constantly fight you with the torque tables. At this point, the car is so heavily modified, it might just even be worthwhile to go ahead and get an aftermarket ECU. But I gotta get my stuff in order, save some money, and it's not exactly a high priority. I'm not making millions doing these videos. I do it for fun. And last but not least, I do want to do some sleeper videos with the car, see if we can't catch some V8s like Mustangs, Camaros, Dodge Chargers, things along those lines on the street, see what it can do up against them. But I'm not that big of a fan of putting my own safety in harm's way, even if it's in Mexico. That's it for this video, but stay tuned. We're gonna go hit up the track again and just kind of really get the car dialed in and try not to break it this time. We'll just do some rolls from not necessarily a dig where I'm just popping the clutch, but we'll just kind of drive it and then gradually get harder and harder with the car. You know what I mean? Go down the track with a little more power, seeing what we can do, seeing what the limitations are of this drivetrain and the car. Wish I could throw $1 million at it, not necessarily $1 million, but more money at it and be able to make everything more stout, but I'm working with what I got. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out with you. Peace out.